Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Big K Crypto here. Hope you've all had a good weekend and a good start to the week. It's Monday, and Monday should never be a chore. It should never be a chore. Anyway, right. What we're going to be talking about today. Today, we're going to talk about Qubittech, but more specifically, how to maximize your potential earnings completely passively. Okay, so no affiliate program, no compensation plan stuff, but completely passive. Sit on your hands making money. In fact, a potential way of doubling what you earn passively. Okay, so I'm going to go through all the details and bits and bobs to that. Obviously, let's just start off with the disclaimer, guys, because, well, it is crypto, and everything in crypto, as we know, is volatile. And of course, when volatility comes, so does risk. So, you know, this isn't financial advice. Don't follow anything that I say. Do your own due diligence, do your own research, and take responsibility for your own decisions when it comes to crypto. Anyway, with that out of the way, guys, Qubittech, right, very, very briefly, it's a passive income earner platform. Okay, I've talked about this platform quite a few times now. If you want more information on it, do go and check out my other videos on it. I have created a playlist just to make it a bit easier for you, including some how-tos as well in there. But it purely is quite similar to CashFX, all right, quite similar to CashFX. And when, you know, when I compare platforms or things that I'm in, I like to use my own experience. Okay, I don't like to compare it with hypotheticals of other platforms that I never were in the first place or anything like that. CashFX was another platform that I was in, and I was in there for 2 different cycles, 2 different packages, and it did exactly what it was supposed to. Okay, and it's still doing it. And Qubittech is basically going to be the CashFX killer. Okay, in my opinion. Now, my opinion does not mean that it is definitely going to do so. As we know, in crypto, anything can surprise us, right? CashFX, for example, you know, when we all first got into it in pre-launch, we didn't even think it was going to get past the launch date, all right? And look at it now, it's still going on strong. But, you know, this is a way that if you wanted to go into something that's, you know, your middle of the road kind of risk, in terms of investing, then, you know, this is the kind of platform that you want to be choosing. And as you can see here, you know, you've got your digital licenses, and digital license just means your own trading packages, okay, similar to CashFX again. And, you know, depending on how much you're going to put in, it's going to give you all the stats of what it is, right? So the value. So for example, I've gone in with a 10K package, and it's telling me that my total result by the end of my cycle is going to be 25 grand. Which is not too shabby, to say the least, okay? And I'm going to be making a monthly result of 2.5 grand a month, all right? So, you know, it's quite simple here, and whatever package that you like, you want to go into, you know, you just choose the one, you click pay now, and you go through all of those things. I'm going to go through that step by step. Just explaining to you how that works. Now, I've also explained in the past about the affiliate program, the compensation plan, and I'm not going to talk about it in this video because, well, you know, there are loads of ways, guys, loads and loads of ways you can get your links out there, and you can take advantage of this. And guys, if you do, I'm telling you, it's the best thing you can do with this platform. But personally, I always want to try and get my ROI back as quick as potentially possible, and then from there on in, it's all free money, right? And I just want to, you know, exploit and maximize those earnings as much as possible. But, you know, I've spoken to a lot of guys in my groups. You know, I've got my own Qubittech group as well. We actually did a Zoom call over the weekend, which was quite cool. And I'm going to be doing those more regularly. So just a reminder, if you have signed up under me in Qubittech, but you haven't direct messaged me on Telegram, do so, right? Email me, message me your email that you signed up under me, and I'll add you to the private group, because they were going to be doing more discussions, more tips and tricks, you know, questions that you guys might have, whatever. And Zoom calls, right? Anything that I can do to try and help the people that are signed up under me. A lot of the guys that I've spoken to, and other people as well, away from that, of course, have been saying, well, I don't know where to start. I don't have the time to do YouTube. I don't have the time to go through the internet and wherever else. And okay, that's fair enough. Some people just want to do this. Okay, they just want to do the completely passive side, sit on your hands and make money. And that's fine, guys. That is absolutely fine. You can see within 4 months, you're going to make your break even, no matter what package you go in with, right? And, you know, it's estimated, okay? It's not going to be exact to the T. It could be just under, it could be just over. But that's your kind of round result. After 4 months, it's going to be your BEP, break-even point. But can we maximize those results? Is there any way we can maximize these earnings that we're getting completely passive? Is there any strategy that we can do? I've been thinking about it over the weekend. I've even seen some people on YouTube, you know, put their own spin on it. And well, here's my take on it. And there is a way, okay? There is a way. Now, this is the table. Now, we're going to go through some of this stuff in a bit more detail. But before we do, here we've got the box of the 10,000 digital license package, which is the one that I'm on. So it's basically saying 10K buy-in, 25K out. And we've also got the $1,000 digital license, which is the 1K buy-in and the 2.5K earning. Okay, now please be aware, okay, I'm going to read this down below. This table above including all potential, guys, okay, remember, potential results are for illustration purposes only and do not guarantee these returns. They're just cigarette packet calculations. Right, so this table that I've drawn here and I put some information in is all based on the package that I've got, because again, I like to talk from my own experience and something that I'm going to actually start doing now. Okay, I don't know how far down this list I'm going to be going with, but I'm going to be using this as an example. Okay, and you can see with a 10K digital license package, I'm going to be getting a 25% monthly return. So we're keeping all the numbers nice and round and easy to understand. So let's just start from the beginning. All right, guys. So let's say I've just gone into this right now. I've just bought my 10K package and it's month 1, right? November. By the end of November, potentially, okay, it's not going to be exact to the figure, but I will be making completely passive now without any referrals, $2,500. Okay. So with that already, your break-even point, as we've already discussed, is going to be month 4, which is going to be down here, okay, or the end of month 4. We're not going to really talk about the break-even points until the end, but just bear with me. So what I'm going to do, okay, and this is just, again, guys, one example. You don't have to do this. You can experiment with it. You can do it. It's down to you, all right? But it's just something that I wanted to jot down and put out on a video for you. One thing you can do is at that $2,500, withdraw $1,500. Why? Because I don't believe in compounding anyway, generally, okay? When it comes to these kind of platforms, you know, you want to pocket some money. So you can see here, you're always going to be withdrawing. So you're going to withdraw $1,500, and the other $1,000 that you've got left over, what you're going to do is you're going to reinvest it into a new digital license. Because, guys, again, you can see here, you can have multiple digital licenses. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy yourself, with the $1,000 that's remaining, a new digital license worth $1,000. Now, bear in mind, guys, something for the end, you're going to make this into $2.5 grand. All right. So that's month 1, right? Say the end of November. Now, the end of December comes, and guess what? You've actually made now $2,750. Why? Because, well, you've made your $2,500 due to your 10K pack, and you've made $250 on that additional 1K digital license that you just bought. So you've now made $2,750 as opposed to $2,500. What you're going to do, again, if you're to follow this strategy, is withdraw $1,750, and you've got $1,000 to play with. Guess what you're going to do with that? You're going to buy another digital license. Okay? You're going to buy another digital license. So at this point, you're going to have one 10K digital license and two $1,000 digital licenses. So month 3 comes along, January. You've now made $3,000 in that month, which is an additional earning of $500 because you've had 2 extra digital licenses. Out of that 3K, you're going to withdraw 2,000. So you can see you're always withdrawing just that little bit more, and you're going to put another $1,000 back in to another digital license. Can you see how the pattern's going, guys? Every month you're going to be buying a new $1,000 digital license. Now, if you were to follow this route, I'm not going to go through this all one by one, right? But if you were to follow this and you were to add all of these numbers together, right, that you're going to withdraw, which are just partial earnings, right, out of all of this, you're still going to withdraw over 25 grand, which, let me remind you, on the 10K package here, that's what you were going to earn anyway. Okay, but the reason why you're able to earn more and more over time, look, you're withdrawing 2,750, you're withdrawing 3,000, 3,250, etc. All right, so just by doing this alone and sticking to that whole 10 months, let's say it takes 10 months to be able to get your whole cycle done, you're going to withdraw, let's just call it 25K. All right, you're going to withdraw that amount that you were promised at the beginning. But what's actually going to happen is the amalgamation of all of these extra digital licenses is going to earn you potentially, guys, again, remember, these are just cigarette packet calculations, right? But you're going to earn potentially another 25 grand. You could potentially double your investment because you've bought these extra 1,000 digital licenses. However, be aware of this. I want to be completely transparent with you, right? I don't want to just say, hey guys, guess what? This is how you can double your money and that's it. This is bearing on the assumption that on month 10, when you've bought that $1,000 package, you're going to need to let this run for another 10 months. Now, I've seen another YouTuber talk about this and he goes into how, you know, you could keep pumping this into 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I don't like to talk that far ahead because we all know I don't like speculation. All right. So I always like to kind of try and see it in the shortest term possible if I can. But this is, this figure here that we're talking about is based on the assumption that when you've bought that last digital license, because eventually all of these are going to start to expire one by one, this will then eventually expire after that month 20, let's say, right? But you can see the kind of results that you can do from here. Now, when we're talking about break-even points, of course, your main $10,000 package is going to be on month 4, isn't it? Or it should be. But it might be just a little bit longer, because you can see here, you're withdrawing actually just that little bit less. All right. But even still, you've got to kind of take this as like an average play. All right. Now, this is something that I'm actually going to start doing myself. I'm going to wait till I can accrue $1,000 and I'm going to buy myself $1,000 digital license. And I'm going to try and do that every single month. And you know what, guys, maybe I might do all 10 months. Maybe I might just do the 4. Maybe I might just do the 5. And again, also, please bear in mind, us YouTubers, our results are not typical because of course we're getting affiliate earnings. And you guys can too. Don't think that that is something that is subjective to only us YouTubers. I've done many videos on how this is such a lucrative way of increasing that, ROI, speeding up that ROI and increasing those profits. And anyone can do it. And I've got videos just on that. All right. But if you didn't want to do this, then this is another great way that you can use to accumulate, build and maximize your profits, guys. Now, again, you do need to do a bit more calculations to see, well, if in the very worst case example, this company was to go heads up, then, well, I might lose some of this money. But, well, hey, when you first invested into this, you knew that there's a potential that you could lose a bit of money. This is crypto, right? It's the Wild West. We know that. And these are just the risks that we take. And it's down to you what you feel comfortable doing. But I really wanted to kind of bring you what was kind of niggling in my head, over the weekend. Another way that you can really maximize those profits, all right? Especially for those of you who can't, or I don't even want to say the word can't, because can't is impossible, right? It's impossible to say you can't share your link, all right? There's so many ways of doing it, guys. And again, I've got videos on that. Please watch that if that's something you're interested in, and you should be. Because again, we want to get our ROI as quick as possible. But I really do like this idea of, partial compounding some of my profits, okay, or some of my earnings back into the platform. Now, again, whether I want to do this for the whole 10 months or not is probably unlikely because, again, I am making amazing results anyway, just from the affiliate side. But if you don't want to do the affiliate side, if you want to really boost your gains, you want to really maximize your profits, then this is one way you can do it. Take a screenshot. Print it out if you want to, okay? And you might say, well, I'm not going in with the 10K package. I've only gone in with the 1000K package. Well, guys, just knock a 0 off, right? It's not that difficult. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is my strategy that you can use to maximize your income, even from a completely passive side. It is possible, okay? It is possible. Of course, take into account that every month you buy a new digital license, you are extending a bit of a break-even point. Okay, because you're starting again effectively with a whole new digital license. And with platforms like this, even with Cash Effects, and that is the reason why I never got it back into Cash Effects, by the way, and I never upgraded. It's because, well, it doesn't matter what platform it is, everything's always going to have a shelf life. Now, Cash Effects could last for another 2 years as well, right? I'm not a fortune teller, and I'm not ever going to try to be. But I like to go into things early. Of course, with hypes, it's a completely different story. I like to go in on the first couple of days, otherwise forget it. But with, something like this, the first few months are crucial, in my opinion. The first few months are crucial. You really want to try and get your ROI back as quick as possible, and then just really boost those profits, guys. Boost those profits. There's so many ways. I've given you 2 great ways now, guys, to be able to do that. To be honest, one is, of course, the affiliate program, this is the one that I'd really recommend you guys to do, okay, because it's not going to cost you anything apart from your time, okay, and your effort. But with that little bit of time and effort, you can really increase those results massively, all right, massively. It's got an amazing affiliate program. But if you don't have the time, or you just can't be bothered, or you're just being lazy, and you don't know, how I don't want to hear, I don't know how to share my link out, because again, I've done videos on it. But if you don't want to get involved with this side of thing, well, then this is another way you can do it, okay? Again, just an idea, just something that came to me over the weekend. And it's something in theory, you know, that could work and could work very, very, very well. I mean, imagine if this did go on for 2 years, right, and more, and you did this. And even, you know, at this point you stopped, you decided, you know what, I'm not going to keep buying new digital licenses. I'm happy now. I've made X amount. I want to, you know, I'm going to make X amount on, you know, these extra digital licenses that I made. And every month one of these is going to knock off, but you're going to be making, you know, yourself whole on these later ones. You can really do great results doing it this way. All right, doing it this way. But of course, you know, there is an added element of risk to this, because again, it's like you're officially starting a new digital license on month 10, which for me, you know, I'm not sure if I would do personally. All right, who knows? Let's see where this company's going. I mean, look, as a company, guys, Qubittech, they're doing massive things. I mean, look, there was a webinar this morning actually by Greg Lyman, the CEO, which I took part of. I watched it. It was quite interesting. It was all about the the extra promotion that you can get, which would be this kind of box here. And you know, this is done every week. There's going to be a new base camp now in Mexico. The registrations are open for that. I believe the one in Russia is still going. I'm not sure, but I've seen the videos and photos, so that looks spectacular. Yeah, I mean, look, these guys are really pushing the boat out. They're really going heavy, all out on promotion stuff, marketing. I mean, like I said before, they've pumped a lot of money into this website, and yeah, you know what, it's doing its thing. Time is always, of course, a factor with these kind of platforms, and it's just something to bear in mind when it comes to crypto. But that's why I always say, it doesn't matter what kind of platform, what kind of program, what kind of smart contract, whatever it is you go into. For me anyway, my take on everything is get your ROI back ASAP. Get the ROI back, make it a free money machine. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave this video there. Hope you enjoyed that different take on a strategy. Also, don't forget, you know, like, subscribe, do all that kind of jazz. And yeah, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.